Hey, I'm back. This is Chandler for Melda Production, and today I thought I'd share how you can balance things spectrally using Melda's multiband plugins. So today what I'm going to use is MDynamicsMB, but actually you can use this with any of the multiband plugins. So most people know that Melda Productions has lots of multiband plugins, and of course you can split them by frequency, but there's actually another way to split them spectrally, which will split your signal into many different bands, and then you can divide them by volume instead of frequency. So let's get into that. So let's go to default here. Now at the top here where the multiband is, I'm just going to right click, click Spectrum. Now we can just leave this alone for now, and I'm going to use 2 bands instead of 4. Okay. And first, let's just play this, what I have here. It's just a electric piano and drums, so you can hear what it sounds like. So there's no processing on that, but let's actually engage this. So what I'm going to do first is just hit this solo button. Now this band here, if you look at the bottom, it's in decibels instead of frequencies. So everything here, these will be the louder signals, and everything in the blue here will be the softer signals. And you can choose the cutoff point by moving it back and forth. So let's play it and do that. Okay, now let's listen to the other part, the softer details. Now, how we can balance this spectrally is we can turn either part up. So let's say I want to bring out those details, those softer parts. Let's move this up by, let's say, 6 or 7 decibels like this. Now by doing this, you're not really bringing the volume up that much, even though it looks like, oh, I'm boosting it by 6 decibels. I'm probably only going up maybe like 1 or 2 decibels in actual volume. So let me move it down here a little bit. And you can use this to balance it if you like, but let's hear what it sounds like now. So you heard that really brings out that high end, and we can do the opposite actually. We could decrease this now, and let's listen to this. Actually, let me turn up the volume to where it was. So we can really balance things volume-wise, and we can not only do that, but we can change the tone of individual instruments, which I think might be better than using this on a whole mix. So let's try this just on a kick drum, for example. Let's just hear the kick drum by itself. Okay, that's alright, but for me it's a little bit pillowy and boomy, so let's see if we can get rid of that. So let's hear just the low band, so the loud band I should say. So let's see if we can actually compress that. Since we have MDynamics, we have a compressor here. Let's just change the ratio, turn the knee down, and let's adjust the threshold. Okay, that's closer to what I want. Now, let's listen here to the details of the kick drum sound. Okay, now let's turn these up. Not too much, but just say like 5 decibels or so. So now let's hear it. So you heard it really changed the tone. It almost completely changed it into almost a different drum. There's a lot of snap on it. It sounds completely different, etc. So I'm not doing any processing to the details band or the low volume band, but I'm doing a little bit of compression to the louder band. And we can do the same thing with our electric piano. So let me give you an example of that. So just move this over. Let's turn that compression off that we had, move this back down to 0. And let's adjust this so we can just hear the details. Seems like a good place. Now let's just boost this by 5 or 6 decibels. Let's hear what this sounds like. If you're worried that, oh, it's just getting louder, you can use this set button and it will compensate for the added gain. So you can see here it adjusted the gain by negative 2.57. If you don't believe it, you can just adjust it by hand. Sometimes, it doesn't work perfectly, but most of the time I think it's pretty good. Probably better than what I can do. So here's the before. So for me, it just seems to really bring out those transients, and for me, that's better. Obviously, everyone has a different idea, and you can also do the opposite. If you think, I don't like those transients being so prominent, I don't like that high end being so prominent, I could do something like this. Bring it down 7 decibels. And now let's hear it. I really like that arpeggiated part at the top. It's very soft. There's almost no key clicking or anything. So for me, I like that part. And so you can experiment with this and do anything you want with it. I'm doing this with MDynamics multiband, but you can do this with any of the multiband processors. So for example, you could do this with a phaser, so only the low level details are phased, or you could do this with a delay. So let's say the main body of the sound is phased, but the details aren't delayed or whatever. There's all sorts of creative applications you can do with this. And if you come up with some, let me know. I've been messing around with this for about 2 weeks, and I thought it was an interesting idea that I would share with you. But if you have an interesting idea, please leave that down below. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. Check out all the interesting plugins at meldaproduction.com. And until next time, see you.